This is 100 kilometers real life experience on the 2026 Tekken 250 Evo, the EFI version. Is it a hit or a miss? According to the first 100 kilometers. Let's go! No back pressure to lag the bike. Something else that I noted and I'm so incredibly happy is that this Tekken does not pop the exhaust. For those people who have had an experience with the older versions of Tekken, when you decelerate, you reduce acceleration, the exhaust starts to pop. Pop, 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 pop. Let me show you something beautiful, something incredibly beautiful. And this is the 2026 Tekken 250 Evo. Tekken Evo. This is the Evolution version, and the difference between this one and the Pro is that this one is running on EFI. Tekken EFI. I'm very sure you can see the throttle bodies, you can see the oxygen sensors. Yes, this one is running on EFI, full EFI, no carburetors, do nothing. And I have had this bike for 2 days now, just running around the city, and I have managed to do 100 kilometers. Let me see what the dashboard is telling me. 1 or 2 kilometers. And as you can see, we have a check engine light here, and this one is supposed to be there because we have an ECU, and when you crank the bike, it is supposed to run away. Yeah, it's no longer there. Now this is 100 kilometers real life experience on the 2026 Tekken 250 Evo, the EFI version. Is it a hit or a miss? According to the first 100 kilometers. For me, it is a mixed reaction. There are some things maybe I could have expected them to improve, but they did not. But there is so much they improved that I was not even expecting them to change. Starting with the exhaust system, apart from the fact that they added the oxygen sensors on the exhaust because of the EFI, they also changed the catalytic converter down here. Can you see this? This thing used to be so clogged up with catalytic converters that the back pressure was too much on the previous models of Tekken. This bike is so free. They reduced the amount of the cut inside that this whole bulk of stuff. I don't even know why they put that thing. It's too big. It's actually too big for a 250cc. But of course, because of the design of the twin exhaust outlets, it has to be there. So they changed that one, and they did something beautiful to reduce the amount of back pressure. The back pressure is very limited right now. You can feel the bike is running free. I was not expecting that one, but it came as a surprise. That one is beautiful. Something else they did, they removed the plastic that was over here, and they replaced it with carbon fiber. This is pure carbon fiber. For the first time, Tekken 250 has some genuine carbon fibers. That's a carbon fiber. Very beautiful stuff. Then they changed something else. The indicators. The indicators are different from the previous model. These ones are working so well, and they are also very beautiful. That one is good. They also changed the box. Can you see the kind of box the Tekken is coming with? That's the box that this bike came with. So quite beautiful. They also changed the material that used to make the seat. This one is some nice leather, some good stitched leather. They changed this one. However, I still have a concern with the design of the seat. It is still slanting somehow, which makes it quite uncomfortable for the pillion passenger, because the passenger is too high compared to the rider. So the bike looks like it's still slanting to the front. I don't know how this one will get to them, but they need to understand that that design is not so good. If you look at this, look at the design of these pannier racks. They are not straight. They are actually slanting because the bike is slanting. You see, quite slanting. This gap is too much, and it keeps increasing. You can see the gap between here and here. It's just quite big, so the bike is quite slanting. If only they get that design right and they make the bike a little bit flat, it will be very comfortable for long distance touring. It will stop the rider from sliding all the way to the tank, So that is something I believe they should improve in the next model. But for now, this is what we have. The rest of the bike is the same, engine is the same, the front suspension, the wheels, the crash guards, the plastics, handlebars, everything else is the same, apart from the EFI system and the rear suspension. That one is a bit different. Something else that I noted is different is this chain guard. This chain guard is different from the previous model. This one looks nice. We also have the purge tank here. I believe you can do some little research and know what the purge tank is supposed to do in EFI bikes. Some sensors here. Everywhere is just wires and sockets and sensors. The bike is beautiful. For my first 100 kilometers, I like the way the bike is accelerating. No back pressure to lag the bike. Something else that I noted, and I'm so incredibly happy, is that this Tekken does not pop the exhaust. For those people who have had an experience with the older versions of Tekken, when you decelerate, you reduce acceleration, the exhaust starts to pop. Pop, 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 pop. This one doesn't pop. And you know why? Let me explain. Carburetors have a way of pushing too much fuel into the engine, more than what the engine requires. So what happens is the engine will send out the excess fuel through the exhaust valve into the exhaust system when it is still liquid. Because the exhaust is too hot, the liquid fuel explodes inside the exhaust, and that is what creates the popping sound. It is actually some combustion going on inside the exhaust pipe. The fuel is being burnt by the exhaust system and not the engine. So you are consuming fuel, but some of it is not helping you because it is being it is running some extra combustion inside the exhaust, which does not improve the performance of the bike. So you find that the consumption is too much, the performance is low. The performance doesn't match the consumption of fuel. But this guy is just sniffing fuel. Just like sniffing. You can't even tell there is consumption going on here. I'm still trying to do my mathematics to see how many kilometers you go for 1 liter. But where we are right now, we are somewhere beautiful. The other Tekken, the normal Tekken 250 carburetor version, usually gives you around 27-28 kilometers per liter. This guy is already above 30, and we are going. I expect by the end of the test, by the time I do the first 1,000 kilometers, I might have around 33-35 kilometers per liter, which is very incredible. Actually, my target is to get to 35 kilometers per liter. That's all. If I get to 35, I am done. That will be my best feeling. 35 kilometers per 1 liter. Because for a commuter, for like myself, I do around 34 kilometers coming to work and another 34 going back home. If I use the shortest route. Yeah. 35 kilometers coming to work and like 35 going back home. So if I can do 35 kilometers per liter, that only means I need 1 liter in the morning, 1 liter in the evening. That one is enough. That one is going to be enough, my friend. Enough. If I can do 1 liter in the morning, 1 liter in the evening, that won't be enough. Considering the cost of fuel in our country is around 184 shillings per liter, 184 shillings per liter. So if I can do 184 in the morning and then I do 184 in the evening, that one is going to be almost like paying transport in public transport vehicles. But I'm getting to work faster, more conveniently. It is going to be something beautiful. This bike is performing like a normal, like a genuine 250cc. We don't have the lagging issues. I love what I'm seeing, but it is only 100 kilometers, 102. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this tank all the way to full, and then I'm going to do real life mathematics on fuel consumption. But for now, I really like what I'm doing. I really like what I'm seeing. I really like what I'm feeling. This bike feels like it can change the whole narrative of Tekken 250. It can change. It can change the whole narrative. The only thing I could have expected them to change is the design of the seat and the side mirrors. They are still small. You still struggle with them. But these ones are very easy to change. You can get another pair of a different design aftermarket anywhere. You just swap them and you're going to be good. So this one is just an easy fix. With like 1500 shillings, 1500 shillings in Kenya. Like how many dollars? Like let's say like $11. Yeah, like $11. You can get some good pair of not indicator, the side mirrors. You can get like good pair. But all in all, this bike is performing much better than the normal Tekken Pro, and I really love what I'm seeing here. I really love it. I honestly love it. I'm just hoping that there will be no issues later on. Things are not going to start falling apart. But so far so good. The bike feels intact. And again, the only thing they changed is the EFI system and the exhaust, and I don't see anything that should be falling apart. So fingers crossed. Let's see what happens when we do the first 1000 kilometers. I don't know where I'm going to take this bike for a long distance ride one day, because I want to cover the first 1000 kilometers very soon. The sound. Can you hear that? Yeah. Can you hear that? Sounds like a Subaru. I love it. I love it. Let's go. I love it. Love it. I just mentioned Subaru. Talk of the devil. Yeah. Let's go.